It's Week 14 of the National Football League. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Pioneers and the Snowhawks under the lights on Thursday night.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit cold.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go here on a Thursday night. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game in a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Now he'll run. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short, one of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
There he goes again. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Mims sent in motion here. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got that complete to Knox. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Patrick to throw. It's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Slide. Kick is good. And the Snowhawks are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
This crowd ready. Anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
Now, Mike, he's coming off a game where they just simply couldn't keep him out of the end zone. I mean, usually he's the one helping his teammates get across the goal line, but they failed to account for him multiple times with his legs, and he took advantage of it. I'm not sure they can expect him to have that type of rushing performance week in and week out. But we know now, if he has a chance to call his own number, he's certainly not going to shy away from it.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Downs goes in motion. Using the sweep for the fifth, they run it up the middle. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He's to the 15, and he will get into the end zone. Bucky Irving, touchdown Pioneers. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to the running back, and he's able to do the rest.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. He has played well all season long, entering this final stretch of games in December and January as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. That is caught downfield, and they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's back, ball on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And they'll take this down inside 35.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Off he goes. They bring it down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first.
And take it on in. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Snowhawks.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There are some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and His receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Snowhawks are on top. It's now 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. A give. This is Irving. And he'll take this to about the 28. It was Zach Sealer in on the tackle. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll send their tight end left. Play action now for Fields. He's going to tuck it and go.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that 1st down. He tucks it, the runner, and gets past the marker.
They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run with Irving. Room to run past midfield. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some and picking up a big gain.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, Fields. Going for it all. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. Working out a gun. It's Fields. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Fields to throw. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. On the ground, it's Irving. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Pioneers will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This is fielded inside the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this 1st quarter of play. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Come up now for 2nd down and 4. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. short. Here's Patrick. He'll try to run for it. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. All even on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, it's Mahomes. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, the result...
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and him down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this team staff has come up with coming into today. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Pioneers offense and Justin Jefferson headed back onto the field. And as the weeks start to dwindle away here in the regular season, he's currently number 1 in the league in receptions. In motion, it's Jefferson. A first down throw for Fields. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. On first down, here's Irving. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tashawn Gibson on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. We'll go again here with Irving. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack. Keep this with no gain.
And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Tight end going in motion here. On the handoff, it's Irving. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Tommy Eichenberg, the former Buckeye, in there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Downs goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
They go play action with Field. No chance at all. He'll go down. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro, in there to bag another one.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Fields. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to the secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Waterani brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
This is an element of the game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Fields. He's got his man, Jefferson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Pioneers going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Snowhawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. A first down throw for Mahomes. Quick throw taken in.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Stafford fires to Cup. He's to the 15. And he will score. Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, Snowhawks. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Slides extra point, up and good. And the Snowhawks make the lead. It is 17-13. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Pioneers offense and quarterback Fields make their way back out. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. First down. Fields. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run it. It's Irving. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what did here, and it led to a big gain.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. You have a tight end motioning left here. Fields now to throw on first down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
3rd and long. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. On 3rd down, it's Irving. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Torrey Taylor, on to kick it away. And back deep is Marvin Mims. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. Stretching the field is Knox. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
First and 10 for Mahomes. He's got that complete to Knox. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well, down inside the 20. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. He's going to keep it himself. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Snowhawks going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. 3 seconds, all that remain in this first half as that one's away. Here comes a turn from a yard or 2 deep. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday nighter to start the new NFL week. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see they're scoreless as they play the second quarter. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike
set
and
to
Greg.
Commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Pioneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Fields now on second down. That one complete. It's Tyler Boyd. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Here's Irving. And he's good because to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Motion man is the tight end going right. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Fields now. A pass pulled in by Irving. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This pains me, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end. If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Pioneers will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. I want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They bring their tight end right. First down throw, Mahomes. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They bring the tight end in motion. He'll get this out wide. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Brown. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. In trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On now is the punt team for the Snowhawks, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Not much happening there, just a short game. They send the tight end in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
He'll look middle here, caught by Boyd. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And that ball incomplete over the middle. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion right. Play action now for Fields. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Pearson's kick is good. And the Pioneers cut the deficit down to 1.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Visitors offense ready to get at it. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. 2nd and 7. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on the tackle. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. On now, it's the punt team for the Snowhawks as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Catch made, that's Boyd. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They go play action with Fields. He's going to run it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Irving. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now, the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. The Pioneers send out their kick team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 50-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. He connects with Mims. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
I love these crossing routes, Mike. Not only do they put so much stress into the deep layers of the defense, but they really allow the wide receivers to run with the ball after the catch. We just saw a great example why, and it led to a huge chunk play.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. That one good for 26 yards.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at At the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance, making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Now he'll run it.
Well, the quarterback didn't gain a whole lot there, Mike, but frankly, he didn't need a whole lot either. Nice job understanding the situation to pull it down, and he's able to pick up the down on his own.
They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing out one back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now Brown. And he will take it down, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of this. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Third and short. Here's Patrick. Good blocking, and he's in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Snowhawks. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Slice extra point, up and good. And the Snowhawks are going to open up the lead to 8. Both teams ready to go more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The home team is ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
2nd and 11. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd down. It's Fields. And he's got Boyd. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Fields. He'll try and get there on the ground.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's enough for a first down.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
Right back to Irving. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play action, here's Fields. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. A give. This is Irving. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. He'll try. Gonna work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
This team's offense ready to get back at it. It is 8. They can make this a two game on this drive. First down and 10. It's Casey looking to run, and he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. A 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off the play fake, Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Crowd into it now. Third down. Mahomes back. Managed to get the throw away and completes it. That's catch number 5. And it's good for a first down. Now Mahomes. Look underneath here for Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch.
Cup in motion. Play action here. Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The tight end Moreau is in motion. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get them 5 yards closer. Now third down coming up. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. 3rd and long. To throw is Mahomes. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picks up decent yardage along the way. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. And you score every time you get the ball. They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll drop to throw. There is his tight end, Disley. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. After the catch, gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Fields now. Now, screen set up for Irving. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down throw for Fields. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get up behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money. Does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Snowhawks offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, it's a win for our visitors. That is now 6 consecutive victories. They are making it look easy out there as they continue their winning ways. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EASports.com. With that, we say good night.